Yeah, we saw it right when it came out on Friday, and then we waited this long to do the review. So I was surprised how really good it is.
Yeah.
Like, I would definitely recommend going to see it in it.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming out with a lot of live-action princesses now. They had, like, Maleficent, and then they had Cinderella, and now they have Beauty and the Beast. And Maleficent and Cinderella sucked. Don't go see those. They're horrible. But Beauty and the Beast was good.
Yeah. It was surprisingly well done. I was expecting to see something like Cinderella, and it just be, this is just retelling the story. But it was kind of like retelling the story, but, better than you expected.
Like, they changed some aspects of it, but not enough to make it bad, and what they did change was really good. Okay, so let's start. Emma Watson did a great job as Beauty.
Belle.
Beauty and the Beast. Belle and the Beast. Whatever. She was good. Yeah, she went from being Hermione to being Belle. And Gaston.
Oh, Gaston's great! Like, he's the bad guy, but you just want to love him so much because he's just such a good actor.
He's a great bad guy.
It's amazing.
And the costumes were great. I established that.
No, we didn't. You dispatched that to me, not to them.
They are great, people. Believe it. Oh, okay. So we're going to start with just general aspects of it and talk about whether they were good or bad, and then I'm going to go through my list of no's. It's a really short list. So, music, good. Costumes, good.
Phenomenal.
Setting, really pretty. I loved all the town scenes, like Bonjour. The stuff that they added in, like she goes to Paris to see where her dad and mom had her and where her mom died. And I really like that because in the animated one, she goes on and on about wanting more and wanting adventure. And then she ends up marrying him, and it's never like, well, did she get an adventure? She got, a hot guy and a big castle, but I don't really know if she got adventure. That's what she wanted. But that kind of showed that maybe in the future they're going to go on trips and have more adventures because
I was going to say,
he took her to Paris.
Going to see your dead mother's where she died is not adventurous.
But it's foreshadowing for when they'll go, to Rome later.
It was kind of hard to follow the witch, like what she looked like.
Who was she?
Like, who is
all
this?
over the place. The lighting is fantastic. On point. Very important. All of the effects and everything. Although I didn't like Mrs. Potts. I didn't like the animation on Mrs. Potts and Chip. Like, I think they needed some work. And the clock, can't remember his name. Cogsworth, yes. Like, Lumiere, his animation was okay, but Cogsworth and the teapot, Mrs. Potts, they looked kind of weird.
Yeah. Maybe it was too realistic or not realistic. Like, it was something in between that. Like,
yeah. There was a balance, and they missed, and they fell. I liked how the whole palace was cursed, and so there was snow around it. Okay, list of things I didn't like. In the beginning of the animated version, they have this whole narration describing the story, right? In the beginning of this one, they have them acting it out. But they still have the narration. Like, why is this chick still talking? Like, we can see it happening. Suddenly, the doors opened, and an old woman came in with a rose. Like, we don't need you to tell us that. It is actually happening on the screen. So that annoyed me. I think they could have taken out the narration.
I didn't even notice that.
I
was just like, oh, pretty!
Although the one thing the narration added was at the end it said the witch cursed it so no one else in the village remembered who he was. And that kind of makes sense because in the other movies, just like these people just forgot that they had a prince. Oh, and I liked when they started it, they said he was an evil prince who taxed all his people. And that's good. Instead of just saying evil prince, they gave reasons. And taxation without representation is a very good reason for people to be upset. I kind of didn't like how the three girls that are oogling over Gaston, they all looked exactly the same.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, like in the animated, they each had a color they were going for. And that was kind of cool. I guess they did it to show they were just like the same typical French girl. But, and the wigs looked weird. I get that's the French style, but it just...
No wigs.
Why was the dude playing the piano looking like Albert Einstein? I don't know. His wig was messed up. He looked like Albert Einstein. Oh, I loved the dad in this one. Belle's dad in the animated version is kind of like, he's comedy relief, and he's sort of an idiot, because in one of the scenes he's actually like, hey, how about Gaston? You should marry him. He seems like a nice guy. But in this one he's like, no, I am not giving you the hand of my daughter, and you're dead to me. And they get themselves out of the loony wagon when they're locked in there. Like in the other one they had Chip go and like break them out, and that's a really cute scene, but it makes them more independent to have them break themselves out. Because all this magic going on. How does the Beast wound gets healed? Like, the curse said if he could learn to love, he'd turn back into a human. But Gaston still shot him, right? Like, why would die human?
The witch was like, oh, I see. I understand, like, that's not what you wanted to happen. I'm going to heal you and make you human.
Oh, that's true, because the witch did show up in this one. You didn't see her again in the animated.
And the witch looked so surprised at her powers.
Yeah! She was like, it started that she's like, whoa! How'd you do that? What else did they add? They added a lot of little songs, and that was kind of cute.
Yeah, except for when you go from a song to another song, and I was just, why?
Broadway.
Bonjour to the dad singing randomly.
But a mob song was good. That's my favorite song, the Let's Go Kill the Beast song. And the mob scene was incredible. There were a lot of people in that town.
Yeah.
Like, you're thinking only 50% of the people are going to follow Gaston to go kill a magical beast in the forest, right? I'm hoping only 50%, otherwise the town is whacked. And so, like, we only saw 50% of the town, and it's spreading over miles. But I never got if all the town people, then they remembered that he's the prince, and then they're just all happy partying. Like, if I remembered, oh, you're that jerk that taxed us to throw these lavish parties, I'm still gonna kill you. This doesn't fix anything. People,
Yeah,
sorry about that.
Changed. I like girl now. She's great.
What if there was someone who's like an apprentice and just kind of helped out everywhere? What would he turn into? Like, is everyone turned into their job?
Like, the singer turned into an armoire, so...
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I never got why the witch cursed the whole castle. Like, that seems like a really mean thing.
Like the sins of the father kind of thing.
Yeah, like, he was the one that was mean to you. Why are you cursing me? I just work here.
If you were a helper and you got turned into an animate object, what would you be?
I don't know. I really like wiping off counters. Because they're all shiny. I don't know, I guess. Because they're all shiny. Yeah, baby. Could I just be a book? Just lay there? I think you would be maybe a pencil.
I'd be a pencil.
Because, like, you're really good at note-taking.
They need that in the cast of note-taker.
What do you think you would be?
I don't know.
It's a hard
I was just asking you to see.
Yeah, I liked that part when they were talking about Shakespeare. It made it more live action to have those little scenes where it wasn't just timeless. It pinned it down into a time period. Like, it's right here. This is when it's happening. And everyone having good teeth. Like, that's not accurate. They didn't have
piano did.
They didn't have toothbrushes back then. Oh, one thing I didn't like was at the end, it's the same thing in the animated version, but she's doing nothing. Like, Gaston and the Beast are fighting and jumping from pillar to pillar, and she's just standing there like, stop, please,
do that.
Like, girl, pick up the gun. Go after Gaston.
Eyes like Gaston.
Balls like Gaston. What's your favorite song?
I think I like the Gaston. No one does stuff like Gaston.
That's good.
It's just funny. And then, of course, Tails all the time is like great. You know.
Yeah.
Classic.
Slow, though.
True.
Anywho, great. See you next time. We're going to review Power Rangers next. Right now, we're in our Power Ranger outfit to go see the movie coming out tonight. I am tonight at 7.
I am the Blue Ranger.
Check back with us later!